guys! Welcome to another episode of Learn Math with Sir Mark, and in this video, I'm going to discuss geometric series, which will be discussed in Quarter 1, Week 3 and 4 in Math 10. But before anything else, please don't forget to subscribe on my channel and click the bell button so that you will be notified whenever I'm going to upload a new one. So if you're ready, let's begin! Okay, so let me write the first n terms of a geometric sequence. That is, my first term is a sub 1, my second term is a sub 1 times the common ratio, right? The third term is this times r, so that will give me a sub 1 r squared, and so on, while my last term will become a sub 1 r raised to n minus 1. So these are the first n terms of a geometric sequence. Now, if I'm going to add those terms, okay, pag in-add ko yan, okay, dyan tayo magkakaroon ng geometric series. Okay, clear yung difference? Again, when you say geometric series, that's the sum of the terms of the geometric sequence. Okay, we denote this by S sub n, or the sum of the first n terms of a geometric sequence. Clear? Now, suppose I'm going to multiply the sum by the common ratio. So what will happen is this. R times S sub n will be, okay, so multiply ko each term by R. So this one will become a sub 1 times R is a sub 1R. See that? A sub 1R times R is a sub 1R squared. So pinagtapat ko lang sila. Okay? Plus and so on. Now, prior to this, okay, a sub 1R raised to n minus 2 times r, so what will be left is a sub 1r raised to n minus 1 na lang. And lastly, the last term, pag minultiply ko ng r yan, okay, what will be left is just a sub 1r raised to n. Clear? Okay, now, ano bang gustong gawin dito? Okay, now, lagyan ko ng line. Okay, so I'm going to subtract, okay, the second equation from the first equation. Okay, ano ibig sabihin? So, that is, yung S sub n, so susubtract ko yung second equation, which is r S sub n. Okay? Subtract ko yan. So that is, so meaning to say, mag-change ng sign, alright? Mag-change ng sign yung second equation. Okay, so clearly, kaya ko sila pinagtapat-tapat, makikita natin, they will just cancel each other. Positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative. So, maka-cancel lang sila. See that? Okay. So, what will be left here is this. A sub 1, okay, ito, and minus a sub 1 r raised to n. See that? Okay. Manipulating the left side of my equation, factor out s sub n. That will be 1 minus r. Okay? Doing the same, factor out yung first term, which is a sub 1. This one will become 1 minus r raised to n. See that? And therefore, the formula for the sum of the first n terms of a geometric sequence is given by a sub 1 times 1 minus r raised to n all over 1 minus r. There you go. So this is the formula that we're going to use. Okay? Take note, okay? Paalala lang, so in this case, r here cannot be equal to 1. And we all know why. Okay? Okay, so let's solve problem number 1. Find the indicated sum of each geometric series. Okay, so in letter A, so we're after for the sum of the first 7 terms. Now, let's find out kung geometric ba talaga yan. So, tingnan muna natin. Negative 6 over 3 is negative 2. Okay, 12 over negative 6 is negative 2. Okay, so negative 24 over 2 is negative 2. So, therefore, they have the common ratio. So, meaning to say, they are geometric series. Okay? So, again, recall natin yung formula so that we'll be familiar. Okay? The sum of the first n terms of a geometric sequence is given by the first term times 1 minus r raised to n all over 1 minus r. Okay, now, so since we're after for the sum of the first 7 terms, my first term here will become 3. See that? 1 minus, ang common ratio like what we did, so that's negative 2, okay, raised to 7. Okay, all over 1 minus negative 2. Okay? Minus negative 2. Now, obviously, so kita naman natin, so ang denominator ko is 1 plus 2. So, maka-cancel na yan. See that? Okay, so therefore, yung sum ng first 7 term is just the simplified form of this. Okay, so that is 1. Okay, minus. Take note, negative 2 raised to an odd exponent will always be negative. Right? And 2 raised to 7 is 128. So therefore, this one, negative 2 raised to 7 is negative 128. So preceded by negative, so magiging positive. Okay? So therefore, ang 7th term natin, sum of the first 7 terms is 129. Clear? Okay, so I hope nasundan yon. Okay, so next, let's sub letter B. So, check natin kung geometric ba. 1 over 2 is 1 half. 1 half over 1 is 1 half. Of course, 1/4 over 1 is 1 half. So, therefore, letter B is an example of geometric sequence. Now, let's find the sum of the sequence or the series. Okay, so, to get the series, okay, the sum of this, so let's apply this formula. So, the first term, okay, so since we're after for the sum of the first 8 terms, okay, the first term is 2. See that? 1 minus common ratio is 1 half. Okay? Raised to 8. Okay. See that? Okay. All over 1 minus 1 half. There you go. Okay. So now, simplify natin. So this one, ang 1 over 1 half raised to 8 is, focus na tayo sa 2 raised to 8. Ang 2 raised to 8 is 256, right? So that's just 1 minus 1 over 256. See that? All over 1 half. Now, look, what will happen to our 2 over 1 half? So that one will become 4, right? Tama? So this one, para masimplify ito, multiply ako ng 2 over 1, multiply ako ng 2 over 1. Right? Okay, so that will be 4 na lang. Okay? So that will be 4 times, okay, 256 minus times 1 is 256 minus 1. That will be 255 all over 256. See that? Oh, ulitin ko. So yung 1 minus 1 over 256 is 255 over 256. Now, take note. Okay. So, 4 over 256, pwedeng isimplify yan. Why? Because ang 4, okay, ang 4 is 2 squared. While ang 256 ay 2 raised to 8. So, meaning to say, you can now apply your law of exponent, okay? Same base, subtract the exponent, right? 2 minus 8 is negative 6, so therefore, that's 1 over 2 raised to 6. So, meaning to say, you'll have 255 over ano yung 2 raised to 6? That is 64. See that? There you go. Okay, so that's example number 1. Okay, let's have problem number 2. Okay, evaluate the sum of the series. Actually, almost the same lang nito. Okay, so alternating yung sign like in letter A. Okay, now, again, recall natin para mag-familiarize sa formula. The sum of the first n terms of a geometric series is given by the first term times 1 minus the common ratio raised to n all over 1 minus r. Okay, ang tanong, how many terms ba yan? Kasi, evaluate the sum of the series. Okay, but unlike sa problem number 1, indicated, di ba? Sum of the first 7 terms, sum of the first 8 terms. Sa number 2, hindi sinabi. But take note, it's important or it will be better kung familiar kayo sa powers of 3. This is 3. This is 3 squared, 3 cubed. Okay, and 2187 for the information of everyone. On 2187, so familiarize yourself, this is 3 raised to 7. See that? So therefore, there are 7 terms. So you're going to get the sum of the first 7 terms. So, meaning to say, that is, S sub 7 is equal to 1/3 times 1 minus the common ratio. Okay, ang common ratio natin is negative 1 over 9 times 1/3. Right? 1/3. So, times 3 times 3. So, therefore, ang common ratio ko is negative 1/3. Alright? So, let me erase it. So, negative 1/3. So, that is. Now, so since my n is 7, okay, so I'll write 7 here. Okay? All over 1 minus negative 1/3. There you go. Alright, so, take note, my denominator here will become 4/3. Right? 4/3 yan, tapos may 1/3 ako dyan. So, simplify ko na lang to. Take note, this is negative pa rin. So, therefore, that will be 1 plus. Bakit naging positive? Take note, this is negative. Preceded by negative sign, magiging positive. So, that will be 1 over 2187. See that? Now, look at this. 1/3 yan, 4/3 yan, makakancel yung 1/3. See that? Makakancel yung 1/3. So, what will be left here is, okay, matitira dyan, like what we did earlier, 2187 plus 1 is 2188 all over 2187. Take note, saan mapupunta yung 4? Dito. See that? Therefore, you can further simplify that because, again, divisibility rules, okay, yung 2188 divided by 4 is 547. Okay, you can check that. So, therefore, the sum of these 7 terms, the sum of this series is 547 over 2187. There you go. See that? So, I hope nasundan yung flow ng solution natin. Okay. So, let's have the last example. Okay, we are now on the last problem on this video. So, let me read. Marion Bartoli was the winner out of 128 players who played the 2013 Wimbledon Ladies Singles Championship. After each match, the winner advances to the next round and the loser is eliminated. Okay, so let me highlight that from the tournament. So this means that after each round, only half of the player remains. Okay, only half the player remains. The players compete until there is one winner. How many matches must be scheduled in order to complete the tournament? I hope clear yung problem. Okay, so now, since ang sabi sa problem, at first there are 128 players, so ibig lang sabihin nun, there are 64 matches. Right? There are 64 matches. Okay, ayusin ko lang. 64 matches. Okay, now, then, so, after the first round, okay, yung 128 players, magiging 64 na lang. Magiging 32, magiging 16, and so on. So, therefore, geometric series siya. Okay, geometric sequence, geometric series. Okay, so, this 64 matches here is our A sub 1. Okay? While our common ratio, so since sabi ko nga, half of the player will remain, okay, so our common ratio here is 1/2. And lastly, so yung last round natin will be the championship. Okay, so kaya our last term will become 1. See that? Ang tanong kasi, how many matches must be scheduled? Okay? In order to complete the tournament. Okay. So, now, here, kunin muna natin yung n. Okay? So, let's get n first. So, take note, yung formula natin, a sub n is equal to a sub 1 times r raised to n minus 1. So, like I said, so, our n here is 1. Okay? Our a sub 1 is 64. Our common ratio is 1/2 raised to n minus 1. Take note, we're looking for n. And, by the way, yung n natin is the number of rounds. Okay, ilang rounds ba yan? Okay? Diba sa mga tournament, merong quarterfinals, semifinals, and so on. So, that's what we call round. Okay, so that is, divide both sides by 64, we're going to end up with this, 1/2 raised to n minus 1. There you go. Now, the good thing here is, yung 64 can be expressed as a powers of 2. Right? So, meaning to say, dito ko na lang sulat, yung 1 over 64 is just the same as 1/2 raised to 6. Agree? Okay, so I hope so. So that is 1/2 raised to n minus 1. So ibig lang sabihin, so since both sides are equal to 1/2, okay, meaning to say, alright, yung what we're going to have here is 6 equals n minus 1 or n is equal to 7. So meaning to 7, there are 7 rounds. Okay? Now, ang tanong, ilan yung match sa round 1, sa round 2, up to the 7th round? We're going to add it. So that's why we have to recall the sum of the geometric series. Okay? So that is the first term times 1 minus r raised to n all over 1 minus r. Now, ano yung n? 7. So that is s sub 7 equals, my first term is 64. Alright, 64. Okay? 1 minus 1 over 2 raised to 7, okay? All over 1 minus 1/2. Or let me just write 1/2. See that? Okay, yung 1 minus 1/2 is 1/2, so 64 over 1/2 will become 128. See that? Okay. Wala na to. Okay, now, so ang concern ko na lang, ano yung 1 minus 1 over 2 raised to 7? Take note, this is 1 over 128. See that? Okay, now, okay, so 128. So, para masundan na, okay. This 1 minus 128 is just 127 over 128. I hope nasundan yun. So, clearly, makakancel natin yung 128. So, therefore, our answer here is, dun sa question, how many games or how many matches will be played so that we end up with, we complete the tournament, may mag-champion. So, the answer there is 127 matches. Okay? 127 matches. Okay, so I hope nasundan nyo yung flow ng solution, ng mga examples natin from 1 to 3. So, if you like this video, don't forget to hit like and feel free to share. And I'm going to see you on the next video. Don't forget to subscribe. Keep safe.